Did that just happen? Welcome, Derek King. Hawks win 2-1 in overtime over the Nashville Predators, and they get their second win of the season in Derek King's head coaching debut. So before the game tonight, Jeremy Colleton was fired after their 5-1 loss to the Jets. And frankly, good riddance. I tried polling for him. I really wanted Colleton to succeed, but it just wasn't working out. Several bad seasons. Yeah, and especially the start that we've gotten off to this season. Honestly, firing Colleton was the right choice. Now the Hawks can continue to look for a new head coach, or if Derek King does well in his time as interim head coach, maybe he becomes the next head coach of Chicago. Next full-time head coach, because you never know. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the game. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and just not talk about the first period. There was no scoring, nothing really worthy of note for this style of reaction, so let's just go ahead and move on to the second period. So about 7 minutes into the second period, Jonathan Toews has it behind the net, starts coming back out. He'll dump it back for Jones, who takes a one-time slap shot from the blue line, misses the net, but it goes off the backboards and right to the stick of Brandon Hagel, who puts that rebound home. And past Saros, it's 1-0 Chicago. Seth Jones has been gaining a lot of points here in the early stages of this season, easily leading this team in assists. He's going off in terms of helping out with scoring goals, but then again, you usually see that with defensemen. That's one thing I think it's actually been pretty good for in terms of our defense. Seth Jones is actually able to help with scoring goals. While that doesn't necessarily translate to the defensive side of the puck, at least he's helping out on the scoring side, which is one of the two very important sides of the puck. Holding the other team to less goals than you and scoring more goals than the other team. So about 2 minutes later, Alexander Carrier of the Nashville Predators is beyond the goal line, so behind the net technically, and he comes back and instead of passing, just drives it right to the net. And he basically gives it a couple whacks, and it finds its way in between the wickets, and the game is tied. This was a really weird goal, not only because Alexander Carrier decided to just crash the net and kind of fool everyone. He definitely fooled Calvin DeHaan, who was watching for the pass, and he totally fooled him, and he just basically shoves into him after he puts it past Lankin. And Calvin, what do you want? What do you want Kevin to do? Yeah, that's a save he can make, but come on, Calvin. You can at least make some sort of effort to stop him instead of just throw your stick out there and just shove him. What is this? Look, I've ripped on him several times in the past, especially last season against the Predators. And he's not on the pairing with Seth Jones anymore, which I think is a smart decision. But come on, man. You're pretty old in terms of experience. You're a veteran. But, you got to be playing better. And I say that because it seems like he's directly involved with a lot of goals that are scored against us as of late. And it's a bit frustrating. So from here on out, the score is tied going in the second intermission, 1-1, by the way. And from here on out, it's a goalie showcase as Saros and Lankinen are just making save after save and big save after big save. Saros robbing Kirby Dach point blank after Patrick Kane fakes going around the net and dumps it right to him in front of the net. Beautiful save by Saros, although Dach could have put that shot a little bit better, but Saros was not fooled. And then Lankinen making a couple great saves down the line on the Preds. One worthy of note actually didn't really even come from him. He partially made a save. It popped up in the air, and Philip Kurashev gets over there to knock the puck away from going in the net. Who knows if it would have? It looked like it would have hit off the side of the post and into the net, but we'll never know because Philip Kurashev got there in time and knocked it away. So after about 30 minutes of a goalie showcase at the United Center, we're going to overtime, and the Hawks will get point number 5 of the season, or point number 6 if they win. So about a half minute into overtime, it's Roman Yossi who tries to kind of come around the front of the net. The D-man, by the way, getting covered by our own D-man, Seth Jones, forces it out of him. Great play by Seth Jones. And guess what? It's cleared away to DeBrincat and Kane, the dynamic duo. They're on a 2-on-1. DeBrincat's got it, and he gets it over to Kane. He kicks it off his skate. Backhand pass back over to DeBrincat, and he buries the Predators. Hawks win in overtime. Big time goal, big time situation, and the Hawks get their second win of the season. The team is now 2-2 in November in the first week here, so not necessarily that bad, but if you compare it to the rest of the season, we're still atrocious. So Derek King's first game as a head coach goes down as a win against the Predators, and that just brings a big old smile to my face because, man, I was not ready to be blown out by the Predators at home. If Colleton stayed in, who knows? If we lost 5-1 to the Jets on the road, who knows? The Predators probably would have beaten us 5-1 because we have just not been able to beat them under Jeremy Colleton. Regardless, this is a huge way to end the week or start the week, whichever way you put Sunday. Our next game's our home game against the Pittsburgh Penguins this season. We'll be done playing them as well. We'll have 2 Eastern Conference foes already checked off the list in the first 15 games. And they had a very fiery first couple of games, including their win at home against us, letting up 4 goals on Fleury in the first 11 minutes. So hopefully this is a redemption story for Marc-Andre Fleury. And after Pittsburgh, well, it is the Arizona Coyotes. And, well, if this game is anything that we're going to see against Arizona, that should be a win. Which, by the way, they got their first win of the season finally against the Kraken. So, yeah, we're almost a month into the season, and finally every single team has a victory under their belt. And then after the Coyotes, it's the team that lost to them. It's the Hawks' first ever trip into Climate Pledge Arena to face the Kraken 5 days after we play the Coyotes, so they get a little nice bit of a rest, which frankly I think is a good thing because if you look at the standings right now, we've played more games than the majority of the league, and frankly, it's nice to have a bit of a slowdown so the other teams can catch up a bit. So yeah, Pittsburgh is our next opponent. That's a big game for us. So glad to get the win the first time we see the Predators after only beating them once in 8 tries last season. Who knows? Maybe Derek King goes 2-0. Derek King's got a 100% winning percentage as a head coach. He's 1-0. That's going to do it for this one. If you like to, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.